Hey everybody, Texas Trucker here, Lance at Performance Shop, LoneStarMopars.com. Super nice night here, about to take an hour of daylight from us. Trying to maximize my time out here. So, Tuesday night here, just after Halloween in the shop, we just took a look at the 3/8 swivel sockets from Icon, which come with this ridiculously OP case that I don't know what you're supposed to do with, aside from transport the sockets, or hang them in your place of retail sales. So we're going to move on now. I told you we probably wouldn't do a tool haul there, and spoiler alert, we're doing that one here. So here at the start, I'll have everything linked. I'll tell you right now, we'll put the price as well. Everything that you see except for one item was going to be bought at a discount. So first thing up is a repeat offender. This is a US General. It's a magnetic spray can and screwdriver holder. I actually really like this thing. Sometimes you kind of wish, like, man, I wish the holes were a little different size, a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, but the spray can part's fine. And the biggest thing is, on the side of our US General MasterTech, I think one more will fit perfectly between the bumper guards. So that's kind of what we're doing here. I think this thing is $14.99, somewhere in that range. We did get 20% off on it, thanks to me spotting my mom $20. So, like I said, this is the same trip where my sister and nephew opted to not come in and go to a different store and kind of screw up my purchase plans. But very simple packaging. I'll get this cut down and tossed. But right here, if you're unfamiliar, what I like about these is they're actually pretty good. Obviously, the colors tie in super well. If you've got the same corresponding US General product or cart, toolbox, what have you, it's going to be a perfect match. The way this is set up, this is going to be your bottom side. You can kind of see the reason I have this here. You can appreciate kind of the hole structure. Smallest one's actually there. This one's a bit bigger. Don't ask me why. That's how it is on the one that I have, that I use all the time too. Top-down approach, you can a little bit more difficult to see, but right here, this will hold anything. I've got ballast here. Boom. Water bottle. Boom. Whatever you got, you can kind of stick it in there. Obviously, you're limited by the size constraints. Tasty beverage of your choice, spray detailers, brake clean, glass cleaner, whatever. You're pretty much home free. The magnets are actually strong. They're rubber coated where you're not going to scuff the surface. And then sort of an unsung hero, you've got like this weather strip edge guard. And I do find, because whenever you have this, that's the point that comes out slightly farther than the magnet, so it's protecting there. But also then when you go to pry it off, like if you ever do move it, I typically don't move these. The trays I do, same product, but like the little tray with screwdriver slots, I actually do move that one around a lot. This one's pretty much stationary for me, but that does help to free it. So, cool stuff there. Not pictured because I didn't grab it. Grab some 9-volt batteries. Why? Because I'm finally replacing the 9-volt battery in the free Syntec multimeter that I've probably had for 20 years. So that's going to be nice on that front. Up next, we have from Hercules. I had never seen these for some reason. It's their part number HA22-52. It's just pretty simple. 3-piece impact rated socket adapter set. You're thinking 3 pieces, what's the catch? Well, right there, 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. So now on any quarter drive impact or your drill, whatever you're going to be chucking this up in, we can come in so many times, like you've got your quarter stuff there and you're going to town, and then you get like that rogue 9/16. You're like, I don't have that socket here, or I only have in 3/8 or something. This allows you to quickly change that. Same thing, like if I'm dealing with 5/8 stuff, I can just throw this chuck in there, 1/2 inch drive, and boom, I can throw on my 15/16 and we're home free. So they claim that there's the shock absorbent zone sort of there in the coating. Again, it is obviously impact rated. They're quarter drive hex. Again, that's why I would say like your quarter drive hex impact, not the drill, but they obviously, again, you can clamp down on them with whatever you got. Right there, again, shock absorbent zone is highlighted. Their black oxide coating claims to improve durability. Again, I wish we had specifics here, but advanced metallurgical construction, resist wear, and as we mentioned, the quarter drive hex shank. Can I quickly cut this? I don't know. Do we care? Maybe not. Maybe we'll come back and do that off camera, and I'll just introduce this last item, and then we'll kind of showcase the whole shebang there. Take you over to the cart or something. This right here, I did use the 20% coupon on. I want to say standard price is $24.99. Don't hold me to that. Again, I'll have the MSRP with the link. Again, obviously, I make nothing off of that, so it's just there for your convenience. But coming down, it is the Hercules part number HA22-45. 45 going to be the number of pieces here. This is an Impact driver bit set. I feel like this is relatively new. It didn't used to be there when I was getting all the Hercules power tools all the time. But they claim up to 10 times the life, and they also claim that they've got bit fit. That is trademarked. That's something Harbor Freight has actually trademarked. We zoom in right down here. They literally have it trademarked, BitFit, which good name to their credit, in my opinion anyway. Exclusive technology reduces stripping. Now, it's easy to trademark a name. It's easy to say something happens, but does it reduce stripping? I can't tell you until we use them, but I intend to find out. Now, if some of you have had this and you're like, man, this is actually really good, or wow, this is the junkiest, set of bits I've ever had, or you know what, these are about the same as my Milwaukee and DeWalt's. Leave a comment, let people know. That's how you can help everyone out, myself included. Granted, I'm already stuck with the purchase if they're good or bad or great. So, won't help me as much as it might help someone else looking for some insights. Now, there is the case. If we come to the top, we'll go over the table of contents on the back. I think it has all the bits outlined for us. They say you can expand. I'm assuming these are magnetic little mini nut setters. I don't have a clue what size yet, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Coming in over here, they've got the Hercules magnetic screw lock. That is also trademarked. So it's got a magnetic bit holder. This looks an awfully lot like a lot of other bit holders, and typically I've been pretty happy with this style, so we'll see. Maybe it's the same factory, same place. And then they've sort of got like the cheaper version of the bit holder. I think this one should be the quick release, right? I think I've even got one way back, 14.4 volt. Anyone remember the 14.4 Craftsman stuff? Like, I think I was like 12 maybe when I got that, and it had something similar to this. Maybe I'll remember to pull it out for you. But coming into the back, before we highlight the contents, we're going to go over this heavy duty case. I have a couple of cases like this. They're honestly not that bad. Not saying that this is going to stay in the case, but it might. So, compact design, easy portability and storage. I will give it that. Again, I have mine thrown in the little Hercules bag, and it is pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. Impact resistant construction, withstands job site abuse. I haven't really dropped it a ton, and I haven't chucked it or had it significantly high when it's fallen, but it hasn't come apart yet. So I mean, that's good. A lot of times just in transit, as stuff shimmy and shakes around as you drive, something will spring free or crack the plastic. So it's not total junk. Is it amazing? Only time will tell. Torque point, again, this is trademarked, engineered to be the most durable, best fitting impact driver bits on the market. I don't know why I've not heard about this or seen anything about it. I don't think these are brand new. So that's interesting. But again, they say there's the bit fit that reduces stripping, the advanced metallurgy, all that stuff. Now what we're going to get to is the table of contents. So, 2 magnetic bit holders. Again, we got the fancy one and sort of the cheap one. Oh, sweet. I did not look at this in the store. We were in a hurry. I didn't have much time. I figured it would be some metric junk, but it's 1/4 and 5/16, so that's good. It's going to be pretty much any standard stuff you're doing. You're going to be covered, HVAC, everything along those lines. So it's, in my opinion, it's great. I don't really care about the metric stuff. So slotted, they're going to be 1 inch, and you're going to have 6, 8, and 10. Square drive, all the Canadian people, you've got 1 inch, you've got 4 number 2s, which granted, I do use those, window screens and stuff still. So the Roberson people, you're covered. You got 4 1-inch bits. You got 1 number 3. Those are just going to be your standard Casey tool bit of thing size. Number 2's also represented in 2-inch. All right, should have brought a drink out here with me. About had a cough up a lung over here. But 2-inch and 3.5-inch. Coming to the hex, 3/16 and 1/4. I don't know if there's a metric equivalent to this. Maybe I got lucky. I was in a hurry. I didn't pay a lot of attention, but I just needed some bits. So I think this is something that would actually sell the way it's packaged well with like metric stuff, but I guess there's more of a demand. Maybe like the trades are typically coming in doing the old school stuff still. So 3/16 and quarter in 1-inch drive iterations, 1-inch length I should say. Phillips, you've got number 1 gonna be in a 1-inch. Number 2, you get 8 1-inch bits. That's gonna be nice if these are good, or if they suck you just have more time to use them. 2-inch you get 2, and then with the 3.5-inch you get 1. So basically your long bits, the 3.5s, they're going to be a square and a number 2 Phillips. PR2, that's going to be, you get 2 1-inch. P3, you get a 1-inch and you get a 2-inch bit. In Torx land over here, we got T15, 1 1-inch. T20, you get 4 1-inch and 1 2-inch. T25, which I honestly use more than the T20, you only get 3 1-inch bits, but you do get a 2-inch. And then T30, you get 1 1-inch bit. So what I'm going to do now is cut here, and I'm literally going to cut here as well. We're going to open up both of these items, and we will then kind of showcase them, and I'll get you over to the Master Tech where we'll throw this thing on the side for you to enjoy. All right, so why is everything not cut open? Well, 2 things. Well, number 1, I went and grabbed these. Again, I'll link them down below. They're just 9 volts. I've had decent luck with the Harbor Freight batteries, and again, if you wait till they're on sale, you can get pretty good prices with them. And then I wanted to highlight this. This is like the 4th blue light. This is not for me though. This is still while they were on for 23 bucks. I think the sale ended the 30th. That was not a 20%, that was just like an instant savings deal. And I plan to give this to my nephew. I thought it would be kind of cool. I really like these lights. I've had good luck with the Astro. The Brauns are basically the same thing. And so I'm going to get this, and it's going to be a light that I give him that he can stick to the side of his toolbox. Alright, so here's this stuff cut open, but before we take a closer look, we must first travel back in time to the past. The Craftsman professional realm of 14.4 volt tools. And yeah, I've had this for a long time. Speedlock, that's the name that Craftsman was using back then. But I want to show something to you. See that one right there that says Craftsman? And then we've got the Hercules one here, right? And like I said, this thing is old. But check it out. You know, sometimes if you have a memory, you might just impress yourself. But this is a deal where it seems like that's what I'm remembering, right? I mean, you can't tell me that that's not the same thing. But yeah, just a blast from the past for you. We won't spend a ton of time there, but some of you may have had this kit, some of you may have not. Again, it goes back to when my mom got me that little 14.4 volt set. So many, many moons ago, but still here, still kicking. These bits are actually not that bad. Alright, good to know. Might have to tap into that. I wish there was more 1/8 inch bits in that, but hey, it's what it is. So right here, we've got this. I'm just going to grab a KC tool bit of things because they're handy. You put it in, boom. This, basically, if you didn't know what it is, you can kind of slide that up like a screw starting collar. At least that's the way I always assumed it is, because it's not like a release or a lock. So yeah, that's kind of 90s technology today. I guess we would call that. So a magnet is down in there, granted way down in there. This is sort of the same thing minus the sleeve. So if we come in here, we can take our 1-inch bit, or can we? This is a little tougher of a fit. There she goes. Got that in there. Maybe this is a spring, dadgum. Yeah, I think it is. Let me find this hex key here. No, there's a magnet down there. Just some bits are going to be shorter and not catch or pull as hard. So pick your poison on those two. Right here, definitely magnetic, are going to be these 2 1/4 and 5/16 sort of mini nut setters. Again, case in point. What am I doing here? I'm showing you that it's magnetic. That's what I'm doing. So they're handy to have. This is the 3-piece set, 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch adapters for your hex drive shank. The Hercules Impact driver is in the bag. So what do I have here in the shop right now? The old Ridgid. So case in point, if I want to run a 15/16 socket, okay, we come in here and boom, I've got a 1/2 inch drive now. I can stick a 15/16 socket on there and take my 5/8 out. So yeah, looks like they run relatively true based on that quick little jaunt. That's basically that. I wish I had the Hercules here. It would look way better. But this is kind of where everything will be utilized. Case itself, very small, very compact. What on earth did I do with the tape measure? Must be underneath this stuff. Oh Lord, I don't even know. It's somewhere, and I don't know where at this moment in time, so yeah, measurements must not be that important. It's small, it's like hand size, right? We're gonna roll with that because we kind of have to. So right here, this is your lock and your unlock. Right now it is locked, it is not going to come apart. You've got legendary performance on that side. This side, a little more useful, tells you what's inside. This will be your 45-piece impact driver set, and it's the torque point line. So the way this works, you just slide this over. Some of them are a little rough at the start, and then you've got all of your bits. So you'll note there's empty cavities. That's not anything I did. We need to populate 4 items. Okay, keep in mind this is a separate purchase. So we've got the 2 bit holders and the 2 nut setters. I'd put the bit holders here if they fit. I'm not sure that they will. We'll find out. You have a vacant slot basically. They do fit, that's great. And then these 2 guys here should fit up top. This is obviously going to be your 2-inch bits. I love the way that carousel's back at like 45 degrees. Didn't think I'd get to say much positive here, but I can. And you kind of have to pick your poison where you want to stick these because they're kind of tight quarters, but they do fit, as you can see. Coming in here, let's see what happens. Well, this is a little bit different of a setup, and I don't have fingernails to get in. There's 45. This is like freewheeling. We can do the same thing here, and then this guy pops out. So this is actually not a terrible little case. This looks way cooler from this side. So that's like all 8 of our number 2 Phillips there. Then we sort of get into the mix. You've got your hex, you've got your slotted, got your squares. There's all the torques together down at the bottom. And then again right here you've got your little 2-inch bits strung out, and you've got your 3.5-inch bits. So kind of a cool little case. Not gonna lie, I do kind of like it. But it zips up like so. She's taken care of. We have these guys which you could easily throw in there. But I got to get you over to the Master Tech because we got a low battery light and running out of time on the card. All right, so the back side, the WD-40, the carb cleaner, and the VHA micro finish, that's what was there. Slightly scooted it to the left to make room for this one. I'm super sad. I forgot that the marine grade NSCs I swear by doesn't fit in that slot, so I threw down the Permatex that I'd previously been keeping in the top, so that's kind of a win still. The KTCs I also keep in the top, but I thought they kind of looked cool there. And then I've had that little spray WD-40 sitting under the truck, so I finally grabbed it because it has somewhere to go. So that's how that panned out, and I think that's about it for this one. So those little bits you might be seeing in another video, or you might see that before you see this, and you might wonder what bits they are, but you'll find out in due time. So with that said, we're running out of time here, literally in both ways, battery and card. But you know the drill. LoneStarMopars.com is the website. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all 3 at Lone Star Mopars. If you have any experience with this stuff, particularly firsthand, feel free to leave a comment. Let everybody know your thoughts, opinions, and expertise down below. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you have not. And most importantly, I hope you have yourself a fantastic week.